On the news tonight, Global Terrorism Index ranks IPOB among world's 10 deadliest terror groups as Nigeria ranks 8th in list of countries with worst terrorism impact. Inspector General of Police orders restriction of vehicular movement on election day. And INEC distributes sensitive electoral materials ahead of Saturday's election. Hello and welcome to News Now on TV360 Nigeria. I am Folashade Ogurinde. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has been ranked as the 10th deadliest terror group in the world. In the 2023 Global Terrorism Index (GTI) ranking, IPOB is said to be responsible for 40 attacks and 57 deaths in 2022, considered the group's deadliest year. In the GTI published by the Institute for Economics and Peace, an independent and non-profit think tank, the Islamic State topped the ranking with 1,045 deaths and 410 attacks. Also, Nigeria has been ranked 8th in the 2023 Global Terrorism Index. The GTI report, which is produced by the Institute for Economics and Peace, said though sub-Saharan Africa recorded the largest increase in terrorism deaths, the impact of terrorism continues to decline in the country. The Inspector General of Police, IGP Usman Al-Khalibaba, has ordered the restriction of vehicular movement during the governorship and House of Assembly elections on Saturday. Muyiwa Adejobi, force spokesperson, in a statement on Thursday, said the restriction would take effect from 12 a.m. to 6 p.m. In the statement, the IGP reiterated the ban on all security aids to VIPs and escorts from accompanying their principals and politicians to polling booths and collation centers during the election. He added that state established and owned security outfits and organizations, quasi-security units and privately owned guard and security outfits are also barred from participating in election security management. While still on electoral matters, the deployment of election materials has begun in 28 states participating in Saturday's governorship and state assembly elections. Some states where materials have been deployed include Ondo, Kano, Bauchi, Sokoto, Lagos, among others. INEC had assured that a coordinated deployment of security, intelligence, law enforcement and safety agencies had been put in place to quell violence that may arise. Chairman Mahmoud Yakubu also advised the candidates, their political parties and supporters to see the polls as a contest and not war. A senator representing Federal Capital Territory, Philip Aduda, has vowed to challenge the outcome of the National Assembly elections in the FCT. Aduda made this known when he addressed newsmen on Thursday in Abuja over alleged anomalies in the elections, ranging from overvoting, arbitrary cancellations, among others. Aduda also called on INEC to review and reverse itself on the outcome of senatorial elections in the FCT and retrieve the certificate of return issued to the Labour Party candidate, Ireti Kindigbe.
Of course, I will challenge it. Yeah. Whom the INEC declared as winner. That's what I will say. Because she was declared as winner without, before the AMAC result was even computed. They declared those results in a hurry. And what do you do with declaring a result where the margin of lead that returned her as a winner is less than the margin of the number of the PUs cancelled and number of PUs, registered voters and the number of cards collected and all that, So when you look at all that, they were supposed to do the computation. They were supposed to look at the number of accredited voters. They were supposed to look at the cancellations that were done either because of violence or because of certain disparities or overvoting before they could now come together to check the number of PUs that, the number of even the PVCs that were collected. So these are things that they were supposed to have checked, but somehow in a rush and because they wanted to either announce her or something and then they declared her winner. But otherwise, They were supposed to have done all their computations and realized that that election was not concluded.
The Director General of the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, Balarabe Ilela, has told broadcast licensees to uphold the highest form of professionalism in discharging their civic duties. At a press conference in Abuja while taking stock of the recently conducted presidential and senatorial election, the DG disclosed that 25 broadcasting stations have been sanctioned for various offences and breaching of the broadcasting code, while 16 others received warnings. Speaking further, he urged broadcasters to strictly adhere to the Nigerian Broadcasting Code during and after the gubernatorial and State House of Assembly elections on Saturday.
Stations receive sanctions for broadcast of partisan content during the 24 hours prior to election. We all know that all campaign has to stop 24 hours before election. And some breached this instruction and then they were fined. One sanction for announcing result before authorized returning officer made them public, which is against NBC code and is also against Electoral Act. It's a very, very serious offense. 3 stations were sanctioned for inciting comments, and 4 stations were sanctioned for divisive and ethnic and also religious content in their programs. 16 broadcast stations were given final warnings for various infringements.
Justice Olufunke Suleimzat of the Lagos High Court sitting in Yaba has ordered the Inspector General of Police and the Attorney General of the Federation to pay 400 million naira as compensation to families of 4 Ladipo market traders who were killed by police officers in the year 2001. However, the judge, while delivering judgment on Wednesday, exonerated the Lagos State government from the killing. Besides the IGP, the judge also found the former Commissioner of Police in Lagos State, Assistant Inspector General Marvelous Akpoyibo, culpable. The judge further held that the fundamental liberties of the 4 traders were clearly breached by the police officers as they were executed despite not being sentenced by any court of law, nor were they found to have resisted arrest.
This is just a clear example of justice delayed. It's definitely just not denied. It's been long, about 23 years coming, but at least we're glad that we've gotten judgments and justice for the deceased. Unfortunately, it's sad, you can't bring them back, but maybe the feeling that at least we got judgment, that should suffice. Yeah. So, definitely we'll follow through and make sure that that's enforced. It's not just going to be a judgment on paper. Follow through and make sure that's enforced, and ensure that all the victims are, the family of the victims are duly awarded.
A chieftain of the People's Democratic Party, Bode George, and other members of a socio-political group, Omo Ikokpataki, have endorsed the governorship candidate of the Labour Party, Gbadebo Rhodes Vival, as a state governor in the forthcoming election scheduled to hold on March the 18th. The group, while endorsing the LP candidate, alleged threat to voters who refuse to support a particular political party, describing the action as divisive politics. The PDP chieftain also urged Lagos residents to disregard any form of propaganda about the Labour Party candidates.
I want to appeal to all our people that as you go on Saturday, when you take the governorship ballot, vote for Gbadebo Rhodes Vival. He is a child any father will be proud of. Sound, in health, and he is also cerebrally efficient.
There are very few Lagosians that have had the courage to speak truth to power in Lagos State. My great-grandfather grew up in Lagos where when they opened the water, they opened the tap, they could drink water. They grew up in Lagos where when they went to public hospital, they got quality treatment. They grew up in Lagos where they don't need to fly abroad to get injection. They grew up in Lagos where their children could go to public school and it was okay. They grew up in Lagos that was the center of the fight against colonialism, and they made their name and history in that. And if you don't know, you don't know. And you'll be fooled that what we have in Lagos, which is tokenism and politics, I am very, very happy to be endorsed by this forum. Because if you leave some people, they will say I'm an IPOB leader. They will say all sorts of propaganda and stories. But Amorawa, we know ourselves.
We'll take a break here, but still to come on News Now. Gianni Infantino re-elected as FIFA president until 2027. More details right after this break.
Nigerians, elections are here again. Let us shun violence. Let us play the game according to the rules. Do not be a thug. Say no to violence. Let's rise and defeat violence, crime, and sabotage against the peace of our nation. Nigeria is the only country we have. We must do everything to keep it united. We must avoid any act that promotes hate and disintegration. Say no to separatist movement, terrorism, fake news, hate speech, religious bigotry, and any act that tends to divide us as a nation. Watch out for strange gatherings and suspicious movements. Restrict access to sensitive documents and data, the disclosure of which may damage national security. Educate your staff and family, particularly on measures to safeguard information and report security breaches. Apply relevant legal security guidelines to protect yourself and your neighbors. Due to misinformation and wrong choices, some idle persons resort to vices in their greed to get rich quick. They resort to kidnapping, killings for rituals, and other heinous crimes. Avoid wrong use of the social media. Before you broadcast that false message, think twice. Ask whether it will promote peace or violence. For safety at home, still be security conscious. Educate your household on safety tips. Report all suspicious movements and persons to the security agencies nearest to you. Be a good citizen. Be patriotic. To pass security information, please call 0813-222-2105, 0915-339-1309, 0908-837-3514, or send a mail to dsspr@dss.gov.ng. This message is from the Department of State Services, DSS.
Welcome back. Now here is a recap of our top stories tonight. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has been ranked as the 10th deadliest terror group in the world. In the 2023 Global Terrorism Index ranking, IPOB is said to be responsible for 40 attacks and 57 deaths in 2022, considered the group's deadliest year. We also told you that the deployment of election materials has begun in 28 states participating in Saturday's governorship and state House of Assembly elections. INEC had assured that a coordinated deployment of security, intelligence, law enforcement and safety agencies had been put in place to quell violence that may arise. Well, in case you missed any of our news bulletin or for more updates, you can catch us on Limex World TV or log on to our website on www.tv360nigeria.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram and YouTube at TV360 Nigeria. On Facebook, we are TV360 Online. A U.S. Food and Drug Administration analysis has revealed that there is no clear association between the COVID-19 antiviral drug Paxlovid and illness rebound. Multiple high-profile people experienced COVID-19 rebound after taking Paxlovid, including President Joe Biden and Anthony Fauci, which led to a major talking point around the drug. The claim has further led to a report offering data to counterbalance the anecdotal report. Pfizer, makers of Paxlovid, said it is also running 2 additional studies to try and understand symptom rebound. Scientists believe that a new descendant of the COVID-19 XBB variant could be behind the recent surge in coronavirus cases in India over the past few days. The fast-spreading variant has been detected in various countries, including China, Singapore and the United States. An international platform tracking COVID variants say that India reported the highest number of XBB 1.16 variant cases. Currently, the tally stands at 48 in India, while the US and Singapore detected 15 and 14 cases respectively. We'll take a breather now and be back with more stories and business. To stay with us.
Opinions are free, facts are sacred, but truth is universal.
How, in practical terms, can we, for instance, de-escalate the tension?
President must see himself as the President of the Federal Republic.
We know where the enemy is. 3 places. The Lake Chad Basin, the border area between Nigeria and Cameroon, and then the Sambisa Forest.
On TV360, we give you a complete dose of everything. Opinion, facts and undiluted truth.
I hardly believe what politicians say in this part of the world.
A new Nigeria is possible, a future is possible.
We delve into the issues, dissect it so that you can understand it, use it to take action.
I don't think there's any need for any governor to look for grant for ranching.
TV360, dissecting the issues.
Corruption not in my country.
Hello? Yeah, I found your wallet in front of a supermarket. Meet me at Apple Junction. Yes, I'll be waiting for you.
Now we find out. 2 of us.
Thank you very much, officer. You know, it's surprising that men like you still exist in the police force.
Yes, so...
Oh, yes.
This is just a token of my appreciation.
Oh, no, you don't need to do this. We are only doing our job.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
You're welcome.
Now I know police is really my friend.
Yes.
Friend. Hey. Which came out with this one? I don't understand.
You know your problem. You are greedy. I'm a policeman who is doing his job. All forms of corruption in the force. Not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
Welcome back. Simi Saladigun joins us now for more stories and business. Over to you, Simi.
Thank you very much, Folashade. In business news, the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, has expressed its commitment to the responsible use of the world's resources, including protecting the environment by supporting the industry to transition to renewable energy. The Executive Vice Chairman of the NCC, Umar Dambata, who was represented by the NCC's Executive Commissioner Stakeholder Management, Adeleke Adewolu, disclosed this at the 2023 World Consumer Rights Day, held in Abuja on Tuesday. Responding to the surge in failed election transactions, he said that the Commission has continued to implement policies that ensured improved access to broadband connectivity.
The Consumer Affairs Bureau will develop and produce various consumer educational materials such as flexis and roll-up banners, handbills, and will update its consumer handbook to include these messages about renewable energy. Ladies and gentlemen, the Telcare Desk in Abuja will be a pilot project as we plan to set up the desk at other strategic locations across the country in order to provide information to telecom consumers wherever they may be. The Telcard just serves as an additional platform to receive and facilitate the resolution of consumer complaints, provide a means through which consumers and other citizens can make inquiries related to consumer issues, provide a platform for advocacy on any thematic consumer issue or area of concern, and to further enhance awareness of the Commission's activities.
Latest data from the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has shown that consumption of premium motor spirits, popularly called petrol, has risen to about 80 million litres daily, pushing up subsidy on the commodity to an estimated 484 billion naira monthly. An analysis of PMS weekly evacuation/dispatch data obtained from the NNPCL on Wednesday indicated that a total of 558.83 million litres of petrol was evacuated, translating to an average daily consumption of 79.83 million litres. Meanwhile, the Group Chief Executive Officer of the NNPCL, Mele Kyari, has lamented the huge burden of PMS subsidy, pointing out that the payment has been a drain on the national oil firm's cash flow. We'll take on a short break here and return with stock market reports. Stay with us. Another day of trading on the Nigerian bourse saw it decline further to close at 1.04% on Thursday. The increased purchase of penny stocks continued, driving the performance all-share index lower as well to close at 54,915 basis points, while the market cap still stands on the 29.9 trillion naira mark. A combined loss of 21 naira 90 kobo in Ecobank Transnational Incorporated and the United Capital PLC stocks drove the markets further south. Now, Thursday's data shows that 114 equities exchanged a total of 137 million volume of shares in 1.5 billion naira in 3,489 deals. Now, the numbers reveal a 24% decline in volume, 56% decline in turnover, and 11% decline in deals. Let's now turn our attention to our select foreign stocks. We see here that the UK's FTSE and US Dow Jones ended in the greens. They both had bullish trade, leaving Japan's Nikkei in the bears at 0.80%. That's it on the stock market report. Back to you, Folashadi.
Well, many thanks, Ms. Salah, for that update. And on the foreign scene, U.S. military's released footage of a Russian jet crashing into one of its drones over the Black Sea. The U.S. said the damage to the land drone meant it had to be brought down into the water near Ukraine on Tuesday. Russia denied its Su-27 fighter jet clipped the propeller of the drone, but the video appears to be back up the American version of events. On the sporting scene, Gianni Infantino has been re-elected as president of FIFA until 2027 after standing unopposed at the Congress of World Football's governing body on Thursday. The 52-year-old Swiss lawyer who succeeded the disgraced Sepp Blatter in 2016 was waived in for a third term by acclamation, just as it was 4 years ago by delegates from the 211 member federations. While FIFA statute currently limits a president to a maximum of 3 4-year terms, Infantino has already prepared the ground to stay until 2031, declaring in December that his first 3 years at the helm did not count as a full term. And that's the size of our news bulletin. Many thanks for watching. I am Folashade Ogurinde. Bye for now.